Waiting.
There we
Yeah.
are.
All right, now we're live. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Ed Pruitt here. Hope you're doing well. I am unbelievably tired today.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, I'm
It is
not.
Thursday, and it's time for yet another hangout on air with the smartphone photographers community. This is the community on Google Plus where not only do we share some amazing photos taken by our smartphone, but we share tips and tricks and
Here we go.
nuggets to try to make you a better smartphone photographer. It's not all about just here's my selfie. It's none of that. This is some real deal stuff in here, and you join this community, you're going to learn a whole lot, and you're going to get beat up a little bit too. Just kidding. Tonight we got our moderators in here and one newbie joining us tonight. I'm going to allow these guys to introduce themselves. We're going to start with my man down in Tejas, Mr. Michael King. What's happening?
Not much. I'm all comfy, ready for bed, so I'm just kind of relaxing, having a good time.
He says he's ready for bed. In other words, that's his polite way of saying I'm late tonight.
No,
we normally start this about 9 p.m., 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But as I said in last week's hangout, it was a good chance of us being
no problem.
late again, and I'm sorry. But
No, I'm just having a good time, just kind of relaxing and getting ready to fix me a big glass of wine before I wind down.
Atta boy. Now you're talking. Appreciate you hanging out with us as usual. Bro.
Okay. Oh, if I do cut out, we are having some pretty heavy thunderstorms, and the power has been trying to blink out.
Oh,
So if
joy.
I just disappear for a second, it's because I lost power.
Because you have magical powers.
No, that is a friend of mine that has that.
Next up, my man out in California, Mr. Mike Sweeney. What's happening?
Howdy, howdy. We're doing well, drying out a little bit from our 3 days of winter.
3 days of winter and a
3
tornado.
whole days, man. It's been terrible.
Did you get in that tornado stuff too?
Yeah, a little bit. But, I show up and work. I got my Hawaiian shirt on with my umbrella.
Oh, my.
I missed that.
No, it's just not fair, dude. It's just not fair. Jeez. Appreciate you hanging out as always, brother.
Pleasure.
Next up, Mr. Robert Knight. What's happening, man?
Doing well, doing well. Glad to be here.
Good to see you as always. Glad you've been able to hang out with us at this later hour.
Well, we were still be on by now anyway, so I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. And next up, lastly, we have a first-timer joining in on the hangout. And I'm going to butcher his last name because that's just what I do.
Hey, how about I help you out?
Sutlik. How do you say your last name?
It's Sutlick.
It's Sutlick, Terry Sutlick. See, I told y'all I would butcher it. But welcome, my man. It's nice to have you in here for the first time. For those of you that don't know, Terry has won a contest or two here, and I believe this was his particular challenge, right? Didn't you propose this challenge this week?
It was, yeah. That was mine.
We thank you so much because that was unfortunately hard for me, and I didn't get one submitted. So, yeah, just thanks.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
I got a thick skin. I'm not worried about it.
Give us a little rundown about you, Terry, since you're first time here.
Oh, well, I've been doing
Where are
photography for I'm in La Crosse,
North,
Wisconsin.
up south, down south, or where about?
La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay, Wisconsin. Nice.
Yeah, cold country.
Yeah, that's football country too.
Yeah, and I'm not a Packer fan.
I actually said that live on air.
Oh my gosh.
I better lock my doors and bolt the windows.
Oh my gosh, man. And okay, I'm a Southerner, but I'm a Packer fan. And you come in and say I'm
You're
not.
different. You're different.
What team is this? And I'm from Houston.
Oh man. Oh. Yeah, me and Terry are gonna have a moment here later on.
Well, Terry, I have to admit the Packers do suck.
Well, look here, Houston. Don't you start.
Don't worry about King. He's confused. He's a Texan and Patriot fan.
And Patriots fan.
I'm just going to sit over here with the 49ers and forget you guys.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
just gonna
you're a 49er fan, Mike?
Yes.
Dude, I was born in the city. I have to support them.
He's just gonna slowly back out the room now, y'all.
No, I ask because I grew up in San Diego, so I'm a Charger fan. Looks like we're playing each other this weekend.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. All right. Okay. Well,
one of us are going to back out of the room.
Probably me.
It's going to be more like, I've imagined San Diego's just going to beat the crap out of San Francisco.
Now,
We got to do it to somebody.
we appreciate you joining us, Terry. Look forward to you contributing into the hangout tonight, Mr. Sweeney. You wanna run the thing tonight?
You want me to? All right.
Sure, have at it. I'll just sit back here and look pretty, or at least try.
I'll be the
No comment.
Let's see.
I'll plead the
Screen
fifth.
share. Screen share. There we are. Screen share.
Screen
There we
share.
All right. All right.
Oink, oink, oink. I love that pig.
So, normally we have 1, 2, and 3. It's interesting because this time we ended up with a 1, a double 2, and a lot of 3s. So what I'll do is I'll show off the double. I'll show off the double 2s. Then we'll show off the winner, and then we can pick our favorites and talk about it, if that's acceptable with our fearless leader there.
Hey, all you, man, all you.
All me. All right. So one of my competitors in crime here. Let's show off Nicole's image. She and I tied for second, and this was her entry. And the subject was Christmas lights, compliments of Terry. And I have to say, I had a lot of fun with it. I don't care what y'all say, but I had fun. So.
I did too.
Now, what's interesting is Nicole actually took it a little bit further than I. Normally, I'd be the one doing something like this, but she decided to channel me or something. But she took a good picture and then she dropped it into Pixlr and kind of went nuts with it. So we have something that looks almost like a drawing. Let's see if I can zoom in there.
I like
with
this.
Almost like pastel or crayon-like colors.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I really, really like this. Composition-wise, I almost like it. And the reason I say almost is she lost that one little light right there. If it hadn't been for that, I'd been very happy with it.
Oh. Okay.
So,
what if she had cropped down to the base of that? Still
well,
wouldn't work
now
for you?
it's funny you mention that. If she had done something like this, maybe, where you went square and zoomed in on a diagonal of the lights, I might have liked it better.
Mm-hmm.
But with it like this, it's just that one little light's kind of like amputated at the top. You're not supposed to amputate limbs when you take portraits. I mean, even something like this would have been awesome right here.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah. And this actually proves an interesting point. So we could go this way, where the lights are facing left. We can go this way, where they're facing right. And the interesting thing about Western society, we read left to right, and that's the way we want our eyeballs to go. So with the lights facing to the right, it's a more natural feel for us. Even if you can't put your finger on why you like that picture better.
Interesting.
But I think weird because I like the other side better.
You like the other side? Yeah, you're strange.
Grey is Grey, so hey, you go figure.
I mean, either one's a cool picture, but I like this one a little bit better with a square crop like that. And Michael Portis can take his Portis crop and go away somewhere. So
nobody cares.
But he's not here, so he's not here, so we don't have to worry about him.
That's right. All right. Who else wants to comment?
I like it too. It's just I would have liked it better if that decapitated bulb wasn't there. It looks like one of my lights after I've dropped it. Because I'm the one that breaks them all the time.
Yeah, that's me. I step on them as I'm trying to put them up.
Honestly, I didn't notice the bulb until you just mentioned it, Mike. I guess maybe I was looking through the pictures a little too fast, trying to get my vote in.
Okay.
But overall, I really did enjoy the image and the picture completely.
Oh, yeah, that's the only thing. Is just that one decapitated bulb. Otherwise, I love this picture.
Yeah, I really like the effect she did on it. It's very cool.
Now, I'm wondering if she took it against a white background as well. But
She doesn't say.
if she didn't, then she did an amazing amount of work.
Yeah. So she's saying Galaxy S5 stock camera oil pastel effect, then Photoshop Express for a variety of touches, and Pixlr Express to clean it up a little bit, add some vignetting, a little bit of echoing on the light. Overall, well done.
Let's
That's
get
a lot of
Terry
work.
muted right now, though.
What's up?
Terry's muted. His mic is muted.
Oh, who muted him? There he
I
is.
didn't mute him.
No, I did.
He did it himself.
Oh, he did it all to himself.
I didn't do it this
myself,
time, folks.
but my phone was going off, so I figured I better mute it.
Ah, gotcha.
Now, this was something I came up with. You guys, I can't comment on my own picture, so you guys can go ahead and rip away.
Well, I'll start because I can't rip you, Sweeney, this time as much as I try.
As
but
much as you want to.
I will.
Okay, well, you go ahead and rip him. Go ahead and rip him. Go
You
ahead.
should have one of your kids stand in front of that floodlight next time. That way I can pay more attention to the castle.
Lem swears everything, dude.
Ah.
All right. You keep talking, and I'll see if I can bring up another picture I did take.
No, but seriously, in all seriousness, when I looked at it, my eyes going the Western reading way, I was going left to right until I hit that freaking light.
Boom.
And then it was like, what is that? And for me, it took my eyes away from, I really wanted to focus on the castle and how the rail kind of led that way.
Okay.
But that light, it just bugged me.
Fair enough.
Well, Robert, I'm going to disagree with you, which don't happen too often. I didn't look at this from a left to right standpoint.
I looked at it center-wise.
When I first looked at it, my eyes went dead center, but then even like right now, my eyes are going right to the bottom of this image, and I'm looking up the rail.
Mm-hmm.
Up the rail. And,
Which was intentional, I'll add.
Right, and the whole curvature with the flare that's going up the side of that rail a little bit. I like that. It was a leading path up to the castle there. I thought it was well done.
I like it.
And the classic Sweeney Abrams lens flare.
That's
If
funny.
there's anything I would have done differently on it, maybe crop out the left side where that second light is, and just have that first light. Just maybe crop it up to about
Like
an
that.
inch.
Now that'd been even better.
Something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I think
even a little tighter on that. Well, even a little more tighter just to get up to the edge of the castle.
Right there. Right there.
Right there, sir. Yeah. That might have been the only thing different I would have done on here, if anything.
It's not a bad suggestion. So here's a funny little story about the whole processing on this picture.
Sure.
That picture was taken and processed and uploaded while I was sitting there waiting for the fireworks to start. That's what's killing the DSLRs right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to publish your work publish your
fast.
good work that quick.
Yeah.
So here's
Well, the
our
new
winner.
Sony full
This was
frame
Patrick's.
will do that.
This is a classic image in my view.
Yeah, I love it.
This is just I can't
Really nice.
I really do
can't-
like this one.
I can't even there's no way I can knock this one. This one's just perfect. I like it.
Terry,
And
you
it says,
like
and it
that?
says Christmas lights too. It
I
says
like
both
their freaking
Christmas.
double exposure. That's really cool.
Yep.
Let me jump to Terry. Terry, anything you like about this shot? Anything you would have done differently on it?
I can't say there's anything different I would have done about it. What I really like about it, I like the symmetry and the vignetting.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a classic. Says Christmas, and also classic that just says Christmas lights. I mean, it's just he nailed it.
Yes.
Yes, sir. He
That-
did nail it.
That I would say
Well
out of
done. Well done, Patrick. Well done.
on a scale of 1 to 100, where 100 is the best, I give this 120.
Yeah, now his head's not going to be able to get into the hangout.
Yeah, he's screwed. No, I like the symmetry though. That was I love the whole. It's almost like a bullseye effect going on with it, but I like the symmetry as well. You know, the way he lined it up with that pane in the background, the center candle versus the pane.
And all the all the exposures.
Yeah,
Some big credit here, especially because he's using one of the cameras that we have picked on considerably a lot
yeah,
for overexposing light.
yeah,
The HTC M8, the camera in it, we've definitely hit on that camera for overexposing light reflections and everything, but he got this. It worked very well.
I think that HTC M8 or all the HTC, the M1, all that, I think they do better at low light than they do at higher light. So that's probably why it really hit it.
But you know the thing is though, in being an HTC owner, the thing is you figure out your limitations. At least that's what I've had to do. I have some colleagues that I work with, and they enjoy taking shots with their phone as well. And he used to have the M8, and I think now he has the Nexus. I can't remember, but his first comment was the whole camera. You know, he's like, man, I couldn't get the camera to do well, yada yada yada. It was weak and only 4 megapixels and so on and so forth. And I said, well, all right, yeah, you stated some facts, 4 megapixels or ultra pixels and so on. But let me show you some pictures that I've done, and let's look at some of the pictures you've done. And he was like, wow, you did that on your HTC? And I'm like, yeah, it's because I figured out what it can and can't do and just made the most of it. And I think that's what Patrick has been doing. I'm not trying to speak for him, but that's how it is for me.
But that, you know, you bring up a really good point, and this is a point I make constantly in my book, that it's not the camera. You know, too many people look at the camera and they say, well, my camera won't do this, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. And all right, it won't. So find a way around it.
Right.
You know, use your imagination. Take that limitation and turn it into an asset.
Yeah.
And you can do that oftentimes with just a little bit of creative thinking and, you know, application of stuff, you know, gaffer's tape or, you know, whatever.
White paper.
Pick and choose. Pick and choose.
All the little tips and tricks. Nice job, though, Patrick. Nice job.
You're on the clock, Patrick.
Terry had to drop out for a few, but he may be back here momentarily.
Oh, you know what? We were going to talk about favorites that didn't make the.
Yeah.
So let me get back to the screen share there. I jumped the shark. So here we go.
Shame on you.
One I did like was this guy. Edwin.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm not a big fan of all this auto crap that Google likes to do, but this one really amused me. I like this.
Oh yeah.
It's not overpowering, you know what I mean?
No, it's a really cool effect, and I gotta say, I like it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing about this, Google, what they did, because like you said, he took a 20-shot burst.
Yep.
So they melded all the shots together.
I think
It's
it
not
does it
your-
every time you do a burst too, right, Robert?
Yeah. So it's not your typical auto awesome where they just will automatically apply some filters and get creative with it automatically through some algorithm or something. This
Okay.
actually took each burst shot that he took and melded it back together so that you get the sparkle as the sparkle should be where it's at. It's not added on sparkle.
Right.
So they actually sparkled. It got the picture and they added it back into it.
Right. Because sometimes when
That's
you
pretty
do
sweet.
these, if you'll see, like last year when I did a few and I just had steady lights and I took one shot, they auto awesome the light sparkling.
Yeah, I remember seeing that last year, and it was really cheesy when they
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
Big difference. Big difference.
Well, they're getting a little better. I'll give Google that much credit.
Yeah, good job, Edwin. He's had some good ones in there. He's fairly active in the community over there in the UK, right?
I
Right.
believe so.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
should
another
have.
1+1 in the group.
Yeah, another OnePlus.
Right. So let's
I
see.
should
here.
have done that burst on mine because that arm moves back and forth, and it does have a little blinking.
Mhm.
So who else? Does anybody else have a favorite? That was just one that kind of leapt
I
out
like.
at me.
I kind of like the pig.
Yeah. I
You
did too.
like the pig, huh?
I have to admit, I did like
Let's
it
look at the pig.
just because it was unusual.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
ooh,
will say
Christmas barbecue.
Timothy comes up with some very imaginative pictures sometimes.
I like to see what the top of that. What was on the top of the
Oh,
hat
that's,
or
that's his
whatever.
Christmas hat.
Right.
It's a Christmas pig.
I know it's a Christmas pig, but I like to say would love to see the rest of the top.
Now, Sweeney, I like the one from Chris Seam of the Abominable Smoke.
Yeah.
I can't say the word. Sorry.
Abominable snowman.
Abominable snowman.
That one. I like that one.
Why do you like that one?
I like the point of view that he has going on with it. It's for me, it's telling a story about Christmas time and the little shows that I grew up watching.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, in fact, there's what's his name? Cornelius. Yukon Cornelius as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
Rudolph.
looks like he's going after him, and the monster's coming back at him, and just a glimmer of a little Christmas light in the background.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's a fun
I
one.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
One. I mean, it's not from a. I could say I would have given it a little more contrast with the so I could see the different levels of green, but I got past that. I just liked how he had his point of view. How he zoomed in and got that.
All it needed is Rudolph.
It's
And-
one
and
of the
it-
pictures that takes you back. And
Yeah.
like you said, it makes you remember when you were younger watching those things, because really there's not been much kind of made since those things that are, original.
Yeah. All that we needed was Rudolph and the dentist Delph.
I mean, and it was with that shot. It was similar to last week's shot from McCusker with his daughter reading the book. It just struck a nerve. When you saw it, it struck a nerve.
Yeah.
So Joseph, this one kind of made me giggle because Joseph is apparently towing the line of the Portis crop.
Very close.
Yeah, but I'll tell you from experience, shooting lights like this on a dark background is tough with a smartphone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
And
just shot some tonight that I won't share.
shooting with a Nexus 5, but I'm wondering what app he actually used, because a lot of times smartphones just kind of flip out with lights like this. They just don't get it right.
Maybe it depends on where he put his focal point.
It can, but I'll only address the iPhone. I can address the S5 too, but neither one of them handled extreme dark with really bright contrast well.
Sort of blew out the bright.
It kind of shuttled back and forth where it wanted to be, and it basically threw its hands up and says, "I can't decide."
I give up. I quit. All right.
And that's one of the big advantages to using the new manual apps that I've really found I liked, and the fact I can override that brain dead, that sets in place, and actually tell the phone, "Look, do this."
Now that's an unusual automatic ISO that he got there, 604.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a LG Nexus 5. Yeah, I wouldn't mind some more information on that.
What would make the ISO go up like that,
Well, you got the dark background, and you shoot at 20th of a second. I mean, that's kind of a slow shutter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's, I'm willing to bet it's a function of the phone can't making up its mind about dark versus light.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you zoom in, those center lights are just a bit burned out.
Yeah.
But anyways, I wouldn't mind hearing a few more details about it. But
Give
it's
it a
fun
shot,
picture.
Joseph.
All right, now let me get out this screen share, and I got something. You guys are yakking on about my castle, so let me show you what you can do.
Okay. Smart ass.
So
about to drop the hammer on us.
everybody bitches about shooting at night with a smartphone.
I don't.
Everybody complains
Yeah,
about
most
the
common
onboard
folk will.
so-called quote flash that a smartphone has, and rightly so.
Yeah.
The onboard flash usually sucks really bad.
Yeah.
But with a little bit of finessing and a little bit, of work and using an app, you can actually pull up something pretty cool. And as usual, I tried to push it to the extreme.
Okay.
Now, can you see that? Yes. So I've got the castle in the background properly exposed using the onboard flash to expose the 3 girls in the front.
Now, how did you do that without them coming out blue?
Well,
and I say that in all seriousness. 'Cause
no.
anytime
And
see
I
that-
hear exactly what you're saying. So on the iPhone, they've got that double color flash now.
Yes, they got
Okay.
a real bright
So
one,
it's
and
got
they
like
got a warm
like a
one.
warm LED on top of a blue-white LED.
Okay.
And so it does an auto mix. Some
Okay.
of the warmth is actually post-processing that I did,
Okay.
but not all of it. But I ended up shooting with a manual app, and I exposed my background, locked it down the way I wanted it, and then I let the camera figure out the flash on its own. That is a classic DSLR trick, where a flash picture is really 2 pictures that you're taking merged together. The camera needs to take a picture of the ambient light, background light, whatever you want to call it, and then it has to take a second picture that calculates the flash exposure, and then it puts the 2 together.
And then it meshes.
And then it puts them together. And that's where people get in trouble because they're thinking, well, I'm just taking a picture, which is the flash. Not true. You actually have to expose for the background too. And this is a case of understanding the basics of photography, the basics of flash, and then taking your smartphone, making it dumb by using the manual app, and then letting it do its thing. So
Got
you can,
thoughts
in
on
fact,
that,
take
Robert?
pictures at night that are backlit, get the background like the lights, and still be able to pull off the flash successfully.
Got thoughts on that, Robert?
I think that's interesting. Your average person, ill prepared.
Agreed. That's why they're here.
For for a person that is, doing this like we do it, very good information. I mean,
Yeah.
because you also let's see, knowing that about the iPhone, I'm not sure how the double LED works on the new Nexus 6 and the Motorola X 2014 edition, because they have
do
a
the same
double
thing?
LED on there as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's 2 blues or kind of like the iPhone, you have that warmer one and then the blue. I'm not sure how to set up on
It's a
those.
big selling point for the iPhone, or at least they say it is, that you get a more natural-looking light now with these 2 LEDs.
It helps. Yeah, it does.
I got a question.
And
Yes, sir.
me, my OnePlus One, I haven't used the flash on it because out of habit, I turned it off.
Yeah. But is it just from you've done it from all of your other phones too, right? Just turn it off, period.
I do away with flash. There's only certain instances where I use flash, and usually it's very intentional. Otherwise, I have my big LED light when I really want bright light.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, and I agree. Typically, the LED flash, as they call it, is a piece of crap.
Yeah. So, but it's one of those things though. If you want a certain style picture, and you, like Sweeney said, you work with it and you manually work with it, you can come out with some pretty interesting things.
Yes, sir. You absolutely can.
Question for you, Sweeney.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't know. I can remember taking shots with the flash, whether it was my phone or somebody else's phone, and you hold the trigger. Excuse me. It'll flash, and then it will flash again and take the shot. And I thought that was for red eye removal or whatever.
Yes.
But why would it do that if it's... I guess they're just too dumb, because if there's no people in the image, it does it for every shot anyway. And if it's going to do that for every shot, is it an advantage for doing that?
So there's 2 things at play. It could be one of 2 things. Either that first flash, the camera is trying to figure out the exposure setting it needs, or it's trying to do the red eye reduction.
Okay.
And not knowing the camera, I couldn't answer the question accurately, but those are the 2 main reasons why it would do that double flash.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It's like maybe there's a reason behind it for
I think it's the first reason.
Trying to
That you
get the
mentioned, is
exposure.
trying to figure out the exposure, because I've seen that happen, and from what I understand, usually doesn't red eye reduction require a particular um, what is it, element to the flash?
No. No, what the red eye reduction is really doing is it's hitting the eyeballs with a bright light, making the pupils contract, and
pupils
then it
constrict.
flashes it again before they open back up.
Right.
Okay.
Because what you're seeing is you're actually seeing the flash hitting the retina and reflecting the blood vessels
Blood
back
line.
out
Yeah.
through the eye.
Yep. Interesting.
And honestly, I mean, we could get into some really deep rabbit holes about this, how small pupils look sucky on people's portraits, and you want the big pupil, but you're fighting yourself because your flash is in direct line with the eye.
Mhm.
So you have that red eye going on, and you really want the flash off to one side or the other.
Right.
I mean, we could go a few hours on this, but the bottom line is it's like way off of what most people are going to even think about wanting to do,
Right.
and they don't want to understand it. They just want to pick their phone up, take their picture, and call it a day.
Yeah.
So let me stop the screen share here.
Interesting stuff.
Now that I've completely bored you guys with all that.
It's not boring.
Now, I'll
bro.
say for those that, like Ant had mentioned earlier, when you do use your flash, everything comes out really blue.
Yeah, that's because white LED really isn't white.
Right. Can we compensate for that if somebody was to go in and adjust their white balance?
You want to know how you compensate for that? I don't know if I have it with me right here.
White paper?
I know
No.
where it came from.
Damn. I don't have it with me. Crap. I usually have some up here, but I put it all away. You can get really small colored gels that go over the front of a normal flash head. And
Okay.
you can get them for pennies on the dollar. And what you want to shoot with is something like, okay, so the colors normally come in temperatures. You'll see a CTO, or color temperature, and it's either CT blue or a color temperature orange, CTO. And the blue is for daylight balancing. The orange is for incandescent balancing.
Okay.
But what it will do is it'll actually take that blue flash, the blue LED, and warm it up. So they're measured in cuts, quarter cut, half cut, full sheet, or full cut. And you want to play with something like a quarter cut CTO. And you just take a little square of this stuff and just a little piece of tape and tape it over your flash. And the light goes through it, changes with a little bit of an orange tint, warms it up a bit, and you get rid of that nasty blue.
Nice.
Yeah. Again, most people won't be bothered. They don't care to be bothered, but I've actually shot with it and played with it and had a lot of fun with it.
Interesting.
I wish I had my little
King,
samples here.
you got any shots you'd like to share, King?
I'm here. I had to turn everything off. The wife stopped, kind of came in, and she's not exactly. She's more R-rated right now.
Understood. Carrying it on.
So I had to turn it off.
We're going to mute King there.
Yeah,
Mr.
this is a
Knight, you
family
got
show
anything
after
you'd
all.
like to share before we get PMI
There we
in
go.
here?
There we go. That's what I just took for to the event.
Santa Claus. I remember those little things.
That thing was a nightmare to put together. It was like an IKEA. It just gave you pictures on how to go in, not step by step, and then you had to guess at everything. It took me 3 hours to put that stupid piece of together.
Man, you can have that stuff. Good grief.
There we go.
Found it.
Found what?
I'll show you. Let me get the right ones here. So I've actually got this little guy here. Cinegel. This is a sample pack of all the different gels and diffusers and stuff that Roscoe sells for filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
So like you've got the green gel right here. That's actually used for balancing out fluorescent lights. And you can actually have a lot of fun with it, making really bright magenta sunsets but that's another topic for another day.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Where are my CTOs? Or at least something similar. So here's the blue. So when I say color temperature blue, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
And you can actually see it is blue. This happens to be quarter cut. And there's the orange. There we go. I'll hold them both up.
And you just tape those down to the flash?
Let's do that. See how orange that makes? See what happens
Yep.
to my face?
Yeah.
In fact, let's see if I can do the blue here. It will
Yeah.
actually color correct me a little bit because I'm under a weird looking incandescent light right now known as an LED light. But it gets even darker. I mean, there's a full cut, that really dark blue.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Very extreme.
You can get the sample pack for just a few bucks. It's got everything they sell. But you can probably get enough for your phone as a freebie at a local camera shop. They probably got sheets that have been wrinkled or torn, or I mean, the stuff doesn't stop working because it's wrinkled, but it looks ugly and people won't buy it.
Of course.
So you might be able to get some hand-me-downs there for really cheap.
Nice.
Just use a little bit of gaffer's tape, stick it over your LED, and call it a day.
Nice.
That works.
Very nice. What you got there, Mr. Knight?
This was my submission, but I'm still learning the new phone. So I've got the OnePlus One, and I just took this straight shot with the stock camera that comes with it, which is the Cyanogen camera.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just a straight shot. You see the F number on this is 2, so it's even lower than even the HTC. So I think I'm going to have a lot of fun learning how to balance light when I really start taking a lot more pictures with this, because you can see these bulbs are kind of a little nuclear.
Well, how many shots have you taken outside, Robert?
None in the gray skies of Ohio.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Because, again, it was a little difficult for me in particular to take shots this summer outside in broad daylight. It was much better at, roughly 6, 7 p.m. as the sun started to set some.
Yes, the golden hour.
Yeah, but going out at high noon or whatever while the hardheads are out playing ball or something, and I just wanted to capture them playing ball. Ooh, it was rough, man. Or sitting out at the pool, especially with the water reflections, and yeah, it was rough.
They see you.
Oh, well. Yeah, but also, I've been enjoying the nice blue skies.
Yeah, well, hopefully, maybe this weekend I can get out. Maybe it'll be nice. I don't know. This is
It's Ohio. It won't be.
Well, all this rain and everything's heading up that way, which I imagine it'll turn into snow.
For Christmas we're expecting a snowstorm, so maybe I have some pictures of snow. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Shooting all of that white's gonna be fun.
So,
I can't wait for Christmas. It's gonna be 80 degrees here.
Do
What's
we
that,
want to
Sweeney?
build a snowman?
What?
You gonna build a snowman?
No.
Speaking of hard heads.
I see you back there.
No snowman building. More or less
I'm referring to the movie Frozen, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Tell her she don't have to hide, Sweeney. She can hang out with us. Perfect.
See what I get to do it?
Yeah.
Somebody screenshot that, please.
Oh, damn it! Where's my buttons? I'm too far away from everything. No, here we can't even think of doing a snowman on for Christmas. Even if some people do these, put this fake snow out with the ice. They're saying it probably only lasts about just a minute or so because we're supposed to get up to 80 degrees this summer.
See, we have a 10-foot snowman in one of our neighbors' front yard.
Oh, we got a new. Here we go.
See, out in California, everything's like air inflated.
Oh yeah.
few. I did take a few more pictures here and there, like the last macro I did.
A few more pictures. Hang on, people.
Nah. I
See,
haven't done much with this.
this is what it used to be like when someone would bring out their slide projector.
Yeah.
Pictures to show you. Clunk, clunk, clunk,
Of
clunk.
Of course.
Have a rotten tomato.
Well,
I got some shots.
one thing I gotta say about
Share,
California,
too,
I saw some.
fucking-
I saw some. Someone someone that does this thing with all computerized with their lights. It's like 1,000 lights. There is a site that he goes to that he starts working on it in July, and gets it finished by then. But it's something else. I'm trying to find the name of it. Oh, I said open. Come on, Chrome.
I'm getting bandwidth problems. now,
That's
of
your
course.
fault for using Chrome.
And there's nothing
Stay
wrong with
off your
Chrome.
phones.
Oh, would you like me to tell you the ways that Chrome stinks?
Terry's back. Terry, you got any shots that you'd like to share that you've taken?
Oh gosh, I really didn't do a whole lot with my phone this week. It's kind of crazy.
And
at
I
work.
was on the spot.
Well,
no,
hold
that's
on.
no
You said you didn't
excuse.
do a lot with
That
your
is
phone.
no
You take a lot of DSLR shots, right, Terry?
There's one
I do.
far.
He does. Yeah, if you're not following Terry on Google Plus, you should. He has some great photography on this Google Plus feed, and it's not all smartphone. It's with this DSLR as well, which is fine. Art, man, I like art.
I
do
got a
both.
photo for you.
What you got there, Robert?
Remember when I said I put my macro lens on backwards?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this was one of the results of that. When I was initially trying to do this shot, I didn't realize it was on backwards. Plus, I tried an HDR, so
Oh my gosh, that's
moved
funny.
just a smidge. And as you can see, even through the IS, like 162, what's that about?
Nice, dude. It was a learning
Exposure of 140, so it slowed down the camera.
It was a learning experience. That's all.
Yeah.
Learning
And
experience.
I do like the size, just over 4,000 by 3,000.
Very nice. If I can get my screen my other window to scroll, I'll be all right. Stupid bandwidth, because I want to show my macro shot and talk about Lightroom, because I know that's one of Sweeney's babies. Dadgummit, come on, scroll, whatever. Maybe one of you guys can see it.
I can show you what my hard head's looking at.
Oh, here we go.
What's a hard head?
If you look up this lights on display, take a look at that. It's some cool looking thing this guy did, and he's in Sacramento, I believe it is.
What's this you got there, Sweeney? Oh, it went away.
No,
Damn it.
I'll put it back.
Oh, there it is.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Matterhorn at Disneyland.
Been
But
on
it's a
it.
roller coaster that goes in and out of this fake mountain,
Oh, okay.
and it does it at a pretty rapid clip. But
Being a roller coaster, I hope so.
yeah, well, this is one of the characters that's inside the mountain, and I did not shoot this with the iPhone. I used my DSLR for this one
Mhm.
because I was shooting it at ISO 6400 and 2.8 f-stop,
That is
but
fucking
I was
hot.
still able to get the shot. So
That is hot. Very nice.
kind of fun.
I found my
Oh
shot.
yeah.
Found your shot. Good.
I'm gonna share.
Bang.
And this was a macro. I took this shot a while back, actually. Okay, you guys
fun.
see it there?
Oh, nice.
Oh, damn it! I clicked over.
That's not
That
fun.
That's a gift card I gave away. There we go. All right. This is I took this into coffee shop, a while back, just trying to see what I could do, and of course it was originally in color, but I wanted to try to spend some more time with Lightroom because I promised last week I would spend more time in there and spend more time in Photoshop, which I did, and I think I got pretty nice results with this photo and my first attempt at HDR as if someone with the DSLR would do. What I liked about Lightroom on this particular shot is how it allowed me to get so many different granular details. Sweeney, I don't know about you,
Told you.
but the way I the way I read Lightroom is that menu on the right hand side.
Yeah.
If you just start from the top
And work your way down.
it's so much simpler. I mean, it almost makes sense. I mean, I'm assuming they designed it that way.
They did.
Okay.
And I got a question.
Yeah.
Is that a piano or an organ?
That is a piano, actually.
Because the reason why it looks like I'm looking at a stop for an organ.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, I could see that. But I wanted to shoot it and tried to put the focus on one particular key, and it worked. Now, this other shot here, there, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is the HDR that I took in the office where I took 3 different shots, and I believe I had them at exposure -1.5, 0, and 1.5, and ran them through Lightroom and ran them through Photoshop. And at the end of it, I decided, I want to try to make it as cold as possible because it was pretty cold that freaking day walking around out there. So I gave it sort of a bluish tint to make it look a little cooler and darkened it a little bit, just to try to give it a little mood. But I had a lot of fun working with this one, and I think I spent damn near like an hour and a half or something like that just trying to get this shot to come out, semi-decent. It was a lot of work trying to learn this stuff and goof off with Lightroom and goof off with Photoshop because they were brand spanking new to me, but
Okay.
maybe one day I'll speed up on it. Who knows?
It takes a little. It takes a little while to learn it all, but once you learn it, you'll become it's so second nature. You're like, it's just what would take sometimes hours. Now only just take you a few minutes, and when you get really down to it.
Right.
I want to do a quick screen share. Screen share. and do a shout out.
All right.
So, speaking of Lightroom, so I know Jack Davis. He was one of our instructors when I took a photography cruise in the Mediterranean several years ago.
Nice.
He's an expert photographer, sponsored by Nikon, all that good stuff. Talented man. He has got a series of, it's a workflow series, and he calls it How to Wow. And he's basically got 5 steps that will just ace your pictures without hardly a lot of work and sweat off your brow.
Nice.
And I own this class. I actually bought it for $99. It's on sale right now at Creative Live. They tend to put out high quality stuff.
Yeah.
But I would slam this on your Christmas list for somebody who cares about you. If you're trying to get up to speed with Lightroom, or even if you are up to speed with Lightroom and you find yourself struggling with just getting a really punchy image, this guy will make your day. It will be an awesome time just to sit and watch. And I recommend having either your computer up or a laptop up because you can take notes, but you really need to work with him on your own laptop as he's going through. And you will be amazed what you can do in Lightroom. And he explains the controls. He explains why he uses the settings he does and what they actually do when you move the sliders back and forth. So it's not just, put the setting on 30. He'll tell you why you put it on 30 and what happens if you go some other way. So,
Sweeney, I remember looking at the vignette settings in Lightroom, and I want to say I saw feathering. Yes. I never heard of such a thing with vignette, and I thought feathering meant something totally different. And then when I saw it there and saw the effects of it,
that's how you blend out the edge.
Yeah.
Well,
and it gets better. So most
and there's more.
Most aspiring photographers and even some others I won't mention, when they put a vignette on their image, they're really putting the color black on the corners of the image.
Yeah.
And they adjust the opacity. To do it up cleanly, you want to do either a highlight or a color vignette, where you actually take the colors and you make them darker. So it's not so much in your face of a vignette. It's much more subtle than that.
Right.
But you get the effect of focusing down onto the center where you're hoping somebody will look.
With that macro I did, I didn't want it to be as bold and black around the edges, and being able to use that feathering tool, and there was one other slider right in between that, and figure out that balance. It just looked like a focus. You know, it didn't necessarily look like a vignette. It was like a focus.
Oh yeah.
That took some time.
Yeah, well, and Lightroom can do a lot of, so Lightroom can actually allow you to stack images and apply the same settings to all the images at one time.
Yeah, I saw a stack option in there too.
Well, there's different things. So there is a stack where you can take pictures and it stores it in a single stack. But when I'm saying you can actually gather images, group them, and say, take all these images, hit them with this set of settings or this template I've made, a preset, and all of them get the same preset one at a time. Just wham, done.
Oh yeah.
So if you kind of screwed up your pictures and you're overexposed by a stop, easy way to fix it.
Terry, what tools do you use?
Well, actually, when you called me for this hangout, this is what I was using.
Black screen.
Another.
Oh, he's in Lightroom as well.
Another Lightroom.
There we go.
So
See?
that's
Very
what.
solid light.
Oh yeah, been using it for about a year and a half now, and I really, really like it. It's what I hit everything with first.
Yeah.
And,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been running Lightroom since version 1.
Wow.
And haven't looked back.
Look at that. Hold on. Look at this shot, dude.
Yeah, it's another sunset. We have those out here all the time.
Yeah, that was when I was in San Diego. That's from about 3 miles from my house that I grew up at.
Yeah, Robert, me and you, we don't see stuff like that, bro.
I used to see stuff like that. I'm going to see stuff like that again.
Ah, you coming back to the South?
Sooner or later. Hopefully a lot sooner. I got to make it back.
My man.
I've had my fill of snow for life now.
I got 23 years in the snowy Wisconsin after growing up in San Diego. I'm ready to be done.
Yeah, I can imagine so, bro. Goodness.
I only spent 10 years upstate New York, and that was enough.
Jeez. Well, folks, we're gonna go ahead and call this a hangout. Man, this is a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Just want to remind Tony, I did not forget. It is going in the mail tomorrow.
All right.
You're going to make her day.
Bracket? What was that, the bracket?
Yes, that is the bracket, yes.
The bracket.
All right. It's found a home. Nice. All right. I'm going to allow these guys to say their salutations and goodbyes or whatever you want to call them and plug whatever they'd like to plug so we can find out a little more about them on the wonderful worldwide webs. We'll start with my man in Tejas again. Mr. Michael King.
Okay, well, I can be found on anywhere on the net at Michael King 4023, and I've already done our hog meeting, so we're finished with that for the year. We're getting ready for our swap meet next year, and I just wish everybody a Merry Christmas because I know we're not going to have a hangout next week or the week after.
Oh crap!
Wimps.
I just thought about that. Oh man. So next Thursday is
we got to have a hangout next Thursday.
Next Thursday is Christmas Day.
That we have to have a hangout. We have to show off all the new toys.
Well, I won't be home. I'll be right here Christmas Day, so I can still have my Chromebook and mic here, and I'll just let y'all show up, and I'll walk away. I've already told y'all that. I told you that for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Dang,
Well,
and so New Year's
all of
Day
my
is-
toys I'll be getting are not camera related.
Of course.
Yeah.
Another type of shooting relating.
Firearms. I swear. You got it bad. Thank you again, Mr. King, for hanging out. Appreciate
Okay.
you being out there.
Oh yeah.
Next up, Mr. Mike Sweeney.
Hey, you can find me on the interwebs at www.msmedia.me. I've changed the layout of my blog, so stop on by and tell me what you think.
Okay.
I'm going to mute you, Mike. You can find me in the Twitterverse, Light and Images. You can find me in Google+. Just search under my name, Michael Sweeney. You can find me on Facebook, Michael Sweeney Photography. So I'm all over. Not too hard to find.
Sweeney, actually, Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
Mike Sweeney Media.
All right, because I follow him on Instagram, folks, and he's there's a lot of good stuff over there too.
Yeah, I got an Instagram account, and I keep forgetting that I got it.
It's Sweeney, it seems like a few times you'll do like a little a preview, if you will, of something that you're working on. When I see it in Instagram,
Yes, I do.
Because sometimes I see it later, and I really get to see the Sweeney magic after.
That's right.
You know.
Well, no, I use Instagram as kind of like a more real time. What the hell am I doing at that particular moment?
Exactly. All right. And your book?
You can find it on iTunes. Just search for my name, Michael Sweeney. And it is iPhone specific. With that said, a lot of the tips in the book, not so much the software, but a lot of the tips will actually transfer to the Android world just fine.
Yeah.
Things like putting an R72 filter over your camera lens with gaffer's tape so you can actually shoot infrared. You can do neutral density filters over your camera lens and filter for the same reason. So there's a lot of things inside there that actually carry over if you're interested. And at $2.99, it's cheaper than your cup of coffee at Starbucks. So,
Boy, do I know that. Gosh. Appreciate you hanging out, Mr. Sweeney.
And speaking of coffee, look at Robert.
That's not coffee.
Oh, yes, beer. I now
That's
see
a
it.
different kind of brew. Mr. Knight, where can we find you, my man?
You can find me right here at 500 Pix, Robert_Knight.500pix.com. I might be having me a little bit of a chocolate stout during this season.
New Belgium.
Find my best works there. You can also find me on Google Plus at Robert Knight-Tech.
All right. Thank you as always, brother.
Yeah, good to be back. Good to be here.
Next up, newbie Terry Setlick. Did I say his last name right this time?
Yes, you did.
Where can we find you?
I am most active here on Google Plus, and I have my my link there in my lower half or lower third at plus Terry Setlick, and just started up a website tsetlickphoto.com, and I'm active on Instagram, also tsetlickphoto, and also Facebook. Just look up my name.
All right, Setlick Photo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, noted. Thank you for joining us, man. Hopefully you can join a lot more down the road.
I plan to. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. All right. Lastly, myself. It's me, Ant Pruitt. Find me here on Google Plus, of course, since I'm actually hosting a hangout. Duh. But you can also check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ant Pruitt, and my blog, antpruitt.com. And what's been keeping me busiest the most, other than work and year end, and oh yeah, guess who figured out how to take a database down all by himself?
North Koreans.
I take it that was not a good thing.
I mean, boy, how many of y'all could say, you know what? At the end of the day, I took a database down. How many people could say that?
The hackers in North Korea.
I tell you, boy, Cartesian product.
I took a Citrix server down. Does that count?
Cartesian product, my man.
It turns out, Ant, with Amazon AWS, if you break the BGP settings for your direct connection to them, you lose everything behind the firewall.
Oh snap!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh snap!
And I'll tell you something. When that happens and you realize what you've done, your stress level goes like way up.
Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah. Be careful.
That's an oops.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, find me here. Find me on YouTube, and also with Breaking Modern, breakingmodern.com. This is a new website that I've been writing for. It's an HTC sponsored website Appreciate them supporting me. And I do a focus called Eyewitness there, where it's taking HTC smartphone owners and allowing them to share their pictures with me, and I will critique them and publish them for them and give them their little tips and tricks. But in all honesty, I haven't had to give a lot of tips because there's a community called HTC Elevate and Creatography, and man, these dudes and gals, they're pretty freaking good. So check me out on breakingmodern.com. Just go there and look up Aunt Pruitt, and you'll see my daily column. I can't talk. All right, so next week, I'm serious. I will just bring this laptop, sit it right here, introduce y'all, and walk away and let y'all hang out. If y'all want to do that. You know, you hear my family here in the room behind me. We'll probably be yelling at the television or one another, or yelling at the kids and all of their toys,
or all the above.
Trying to find batteries. You know, it might be fairly entertaining for some folks. But,
and I guarantee you, the following week I will be no shape to go do a hangout.
Oh no, I think it'd be great fun to watch.
Oh yeah, that would be fun to watch too. That would be fun to watch too. All right, well, we'll figure it out. Just keep following us on our different social connections. You can follow me on Twitter as well. That I have no life, as it says right there in the lower third. If you're interested in joining this smartphone photographers community, hit any of these guys up here. Just say, hey, how can I get in? And you know, they'll show you how to request an invite and so forth. But be mindful that myself or any of the moderators here on the show tonight, we will do a little semi-background check of you to make sure you're someone that'll fit in. You know, because we don't do the whole looky-loos. We don't do the spam bots and stuff like that. Because there are a lot of people that want to jump in and just look around. You know, that's a pretty picture. Nice shot. No, there's more than that, folks. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's not going to happen. We will boot you out. But we're hoping to have people in here that can contribute and learn. You know, get something out of it and give a little bit back. You know, that's what a community is about. So until next time, just keep checking us out on smartphone-photographers.com for more content, and again, following all of us on our social connections. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the live viewers tonight, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace out.